cracking. So I'm redoing this because last I filmed like at least 15 minutes worth of questions, and a simple thing as the audio, the mic wasn't plugged in correctly, or I forgot to check it to see if it was actually working before recording, like I am right now, and it all went to waste. Audio. It's just a buzzing sound the entire time. So really unfortunate. So we're just going to do totally different questions than I did last time, trying to make it as organic as possible. And so I'm doing these questions, kind of like a self Q&A for you guys to get to better know me. As far as my fitness YouTube videos that I post, I don't really do too many vlogs because I feel like I have a boring lifestyle, which I kind of do. I kind of just wake up, meal prep, go to the gym, go to work and work. I'm in the Marine Corps and I can't film at work, or else I would. So that's a big chunk of my day that you can't and probably will never see, given my job description. So I have to do other stuff in between all that to kind of keep my videos interesting. So first off, we're going to go off this. What is my current training split and why do you like it? I've done it many times before in the past, and I'm bringing it back again because it's something I can stick with. I don't get too bored with it. A lot of the times, if I'm running like a minimalist routine, I'll do Monday upper body, Tuesday rest, Wednesday lower body, Thursday rest, Friday upper body B. So I focus on different areas, more like shoulders and thickness of the back, whereas Monday would be chest and width of the back, if that makes sense. But in between that, I'm just so kind of bored. I don't want to really like doing too much cardio because in that time I'm just like walking or doing Stairmaster. But the split that I'm doing now, which I think is enough rest, recovery, and enough like stuff to kind of help build up my physique, since that's kind of what I'm aiming for. So I'm running a upper lower rest, push pull legs rest, and repeat. The reason why I have like the best of both worlds in there is because I really like upper body, like doing like a full upper and a full lower body, because it's like those days I can go heavier. It's maybe like 5-6 exercises in total, but it's just heavy weight. So and part of it, the push pull legs, because it's more bodybuilding focused. So push, like I did yesterday, I did full on chest, which you guys will see throughout the video, some shoulders, some lateral raises, some triceps, just really stuff to like fix my physique. Later today, we got pull. So it's going to be obviously back, like a lot. So pulling, like pull-ups, wide pull-ups, close grip pull-ups, wide rows, close grip rows, rear flies, and biceps, working on my thickness and my peak for my biceps. And we got legs. I'll be honest though, for legs, sometimes I'll do another cardio session like running, and I'll do like some squats, bodyweight squats, lunges in between that. So because technically I'm still working on my legs. So what got me to start my YouTube channel? That's kind of a long but short question, question or answer. What initially started it was there was a film contest back home. This is like 2014, so like 10 years ago. And in order to submit your video, it had to be on YouTube, right? So it was for the city of Yuma, and it was supposed to be like an ad. It was supposed to drive new visitors. Like if someone's coming to our town for the first time, what is it that they can do, see, and experience while in the town. And so I chose to like show like paintball. We had at the time there's a lot of people that went paintballing. There was, it's called the VFW, and people would go out there. It's kind of like a little bit of like woods ball. You could just do whatever. And so basically, there was that. We have the hot air balloon festival. So it's a bunch of I don't even know where they're from. I want to say most of them are from Yuma, but um, during November, a bunch of different, I guess, teams, or I don't know what you want to call them, but they go out there early in the morning, like 5 o'clock in the morning, and they set up hot air balloons or whatnot. So I filmed that. The golf course, golfing's really, really big in Yuma. We have a lot of golf courses. If when you go there it's desert, and any green that you do see, it's either the crops, the farmland, or it's the golf courses. That's literally it. So I filmed that, and then after that, I got really big into vlogging. Casey Neistat was the thing, and I wanted to make YouTube videos like some of my favorite YouTube people at the time. It was Christian Guzman, Steve Cook, and so I wanted to like emulate what they were doing as far as recording themselves, vlogging, working out, living the dream. So that's kind of what inspired me. And then since then, and I'm a big film enthusiast. So I saw it as a way to like practice my filmmaking skills, my editing or whatnot. And I'm still doing it to this day, finding new ways to film myself, more creative ways, better ways to edit, better ways to engage with audience and storytelling. What's your proudest fitness achievement so far? I think that it's a two things. One was I used to be super heavy, super big. I'll put up a picture here. I was like 320 pounds was like heaviest. This was during high school, my junior year, senior year of high school. And I've always wanted to be like lean, like, shredded. And I've got into those different places multiple times throughout the years. I've never been able to maintain it though. But I think losing the weight initially when everyone thought I couldn't because I was so fucking large and so fat, and I wouldn't blame them, right? Think of the chunkiest person you have probably ever seen. And no offense, they're showing you a picture of this shredded dude on a magazine. They're like, I want to look like this. And you're like, you're not. It's just, come on. You're not going to do it. I can show you tons of these, right? And imagine Chunky right here. And he comes up to you saying, I'm going to look like this in a few years. And you're, you're just looking at him like, myself, and you're like, no, you're not, dude. You might lose a little bit of weight, like 20, 30 pounds, maybe 50 pounds, right? You're going to lose some fat. You're going to lose some weight. But you're never going to transform yourself into that, And that was one of the biggest driving factors to prove them wrong. And I'm still trying to, I guess, prove them wrong, prove myself wrong or right. I want to look like that. I haven't. I've gotten close to it, within my grasp. But then, just eating is probably one of the biggest things. I'm very consistent with working out, but eating, it's a fluctuating battle. So the second physical achievement was, obviously, like I mentioned before, I'm in the Marine Corps, and going through Marine Corps training, it is hyped as the hardest thing ever. And at times it was very, very hard. At times I wanted to quit, absolutely. But the two things, I guess, going against me was my age. I was 27. People who do boot camp, 90% of the time, 90% of the people there, I should say the time, everybody there, even the drill instructors, I was older than them. They're like 24, 25 sergeants. All the kids there, they're kids, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, a couple 22s, 21s, maybe a 24, 20, but 27, 28. That's not a thing, because stereotypically, which is a bad thing though, it is a bad thing. The older you get, you just start coming fat. You just start getting, oh, my joints and blah, blah, blah. And I think that happens when you treat your body wrong. But if you treat it right, you should be able to, you know, get through it. And I had a lot of people to prove wrong, especially the drill instructors who like saw me as an old man, and they're like, he's gonna quit, he's gonna quit, and I never did, never, not once, and for them, but then also for me, I was like, I can't quit because if you quit, then you're allowing them to win, and it's proving to you that you can't do this. And that was the one thing, that was one of the reasons why I wanted to join, was to prove to myself, do I have what it takes to do one of the hardest things in my life and complete it? There's a lot of things that I've started and never really finished through, and I'm not proud of that. But this is one thing that I wanted to do because it was all in. There was no going back. And if there was, I couldn't go back home, you know. It would be so much of a shame to like I just couldn't, I just really couldn't. So it was life or death, honestly, in my mind. I know someone was like, bro, it's just boot camp. Like, you need to chill. Like, people have gotten kicked out of boot camp. People have like quit. And they're probably working at Sonic, or they're probably a broker or whatever. You know what I mean? They're probably making millions of dollars on TikTok or whatever the fuck. But for me personally, I wasn't going to quit. I didn't want to. How do I track macros? If so, how strict are you? Well, I use this app called Cal AI. It's really cool. I like it because depending if you have a meal at a restaurant somewhere, or you make, like, for instance, Allison made pasta the other day for some chicken. It was like chicken Alfredo basically. I wasn't there to like measure the pasta or what, you know what I mean? So I took a picture of it. I did weigh it, right? So I was like, okay, I have like 8 ounces of whatever this is. Took a picture of it. The app, the AI basically, okay, it looks like chicken Alfredo based off all the pictures of chicken Alfredo and roughly what calories it is. This is what it is, and pooped it out. I was like, perfect. Yeah, that sounds about right. It's like maybe 600 calories, give or take, for like I think an 8 ounce bowl or something. So that comes in handy, again, especially if you go out to restaurants or whatever. If I'm at Olive Garden or Texas Roadhouse or whatnot, I can just scan it real quick. Hey, if this is like 1,000 calories, hey, it is what it is. Like, I can't have any more after this, or you know what I mean? No bread rolls or whatnot. So that really does come in handy. You could still do the barcode if you want. You could still do food labels. You can just look up, search it. Everyone used to use my Fitness Pal, and I believe me, I used it too, and it really does help to keep you strict. It's like budgeting, like money. If you don't know where it's being spent, you're just going to eat whatever you want. So you have to have a certain budget for the day and spend it wisely. But speaking about budget, my Fitness Pal is like $50 a year or some bullshit, or $20 a month. Cal AI is $10 a year, so it's a steal. You know what I mean? So unfortunately, they're losing money. And my Fitness Pal used to be free. Everything that Cal AI is now paid for, the $10, my Fitness Pal a couple years back used to do it for free. So it just goes to show you that money isn't always the answer. Yeah, but we'll do one more question, and that's about it. My favorite editing software. I used um, CapCut. I was against CapCut for a while. I do have Final Cut Pro on my computer, which is right here. All right, but I love CapCut 1000%. Just so many of the different features they have on there. This video, for instance, is going to be edited on CapCut, and I just love it. There's quick edits. Sometimes I'm lazy. There's some cool templates on there that I can use. I'll be honest, and I'll just shove it in there. You actually 9 times out of 10, I always re-edit it. I'll take that, put it back in the edit, and then I'll adjust it. But it gives me like a base plate, like a baseline to like where or how I want to edit it, give or take, and I'll change the song, I'll change some transitions or whatnot. But I do like a lot of the features they have on there. It's really cool. The fonts, even though I don't do crazy videos, like as far as editing wise, you have the capabilities to do it. The other editing app I had that before that was Video Leap, and they just kind of they were the leading one for a while, and then they kind of fell back. But that's my go-to editing app. If I'm the only time I've ever used Final Cut Pro was when I was making my films, my movies, because there was a lot more features on there, cinematic wise. There were some templates and what's the word? I think templates, fonts. I forgot what it is, but that I used on there. So, but I need to get back onto Final Cut Pro because I did not spend $300 for the software not to use it. So, but yeah, that concludes our Q&A for this video. I'll do some more. Let me know. Peace out.